morning from the allotment. Just down on a lovely sunny day for a change. And unfortunately I've got to stop digging the potato trenches. Twisted a little bit of a muscle in my chest, so the digging's going to have to stop for today. Light duties on Monday. But we've got to do something, we can't let time pass us by. So let's go down to the planters and see what lilies I've chose as a little nod to my beautiful mother-in-law that recently passed. So, as I said, what I wanted to do was just have a little bit of a tribute to Lily as I come in to the allotment here. I've got this planter here that's already full of tulips, Montbretia. We've got a Solanum. It's going to climb up there eventually, and I'm going to put myself a Montana on the other side of the pergola. But what I wanted was, I took the fruit trees out of here and planted them on the bottom plot, so it left a little gap in the centre of each of these planters. So nipped to the garden centre with the wife yesterday, and we picked these lilies, and these are called Lotus elegans, and they are a pink and white lily, which Lily likes. So I'm going to plant these in here. You get 3 bulbs in here, and I believe these grow to about waist height, so they're going to be up here somewhere. So I'm going to bob 3 in here, they say about 12 inches apart, and I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So let's have a look at these bulbs. There we go. You can see that one's sprouting nicely. So I'm going to just put these in the centre. And just going to forget about where these plants are. It's about positioning them for when the lilies come up so that they look right. So I think there and there's about right. And then what you've got to do is probably around about up to the spade handle there, depth for them. And that's quite easy in this soft compost. Don't cover it up until you've got all 3 planted, so you know you've got your spacing right. And then one's going to go tight up to this tulip here. There we go, and hopefully we'll have a nice pillar of lilies in the planter. I'm going to repeat the same on the other side. So there we go. We put 3 in that one, and then 3 in this one here. So when those lilies come up and the pergola's clothed with the clematis and the solanum, it'll be a welcoming sight. And those lilies are really, really well scented. So every time I pass through here, my thoughts will be of our Lily. Right, well I might as well continue walking up the plot and just show you. This video today is going to be a little bit shorter because I don't physically feel as though I can do too much today. So you can see there, that carrot bed's prepped lovely. So next week I'm going to get my first row of carrots in. I also was advised that the rainbow carrots are quite tasty. One of my subscribers mentioned. So I'm on the lookout for some of those seeds. So if anybody's got any ideas where I can pick those up, that'll be great. I've got some bags of sand there. and therefore the parsnip beds down at the bottom. As I say, the potato trenches had to stop due to old man injuries. What I'm going to do is I've dug these trenches and I'm thinking about sustainability. So these beds are going to go here, potato beds are going to go here. There's also going to be one there. What I'm thinking is I'm just going to dig a hole for each of the potatoes in that bed and just see how they go against digging trenches. If there's no difference, I'll knock the digging trenches on the head, I think. Right, let's walk down here. It's a little bit breezy today, but it's a really nice and pleasant day. I've still got to get a little bit of fresh well-rotted manure into that bed there where the brassicas were. As you can see here now, the garlic from the other day is all starting to shoot through, so fingers crossed that continues. I did finish the runner bean trench. Got some manure in there. As you can see, it's slightly raised. That'll eventually sink, but I've got my structure in there now, and that there lifts up. That lifts up, does that, so it can go really, really high, and I just tie my canes to that and away the beans go. Only 2 people down on the plot today, me and Lek to press. Well, back in the warmth of the greenhouse. So lovely to have the sun on your face. It's a really, really nice change. It's a shame I'm carrying this injury, otherwise I think I'd be down all day. So, in the greenhouse while I'm here, I've not kicked off my tomatoes yet. I'm a little bit late, but deliberately late. I'm just trying to time things a little bit better than what I did last year. Really, really cluttered at one point in here. So, tomatoes that I've got at the moment are Shirley. These are all going to get sown today and up on the propagator because I've now got a little bit of room there. Sun Gold, the ever reliable moneymaker, and Roma. I'm not right into this, you know, all the different types. I just like the taste, and if I like the taste, I grow them year on year. So they're going to get sown. I'm thinking, let's take a look at the parsnips and see if we've got any movement in there. How long ago was it when I sowed these? Was it last week or week before? I can't remember. A little bit slow, but as you can see, they're just starting to shoot now. It's still nice and damp. I think I might just give them a little spray and then bob them back in. So hopefully next week we should, oops, leave them out. Hopefully next week we should be seeing a little bit more movement. I can see them, they've just got little splits, they're starting to split. So I reckon probably another 2 weeks. They always say, don't they, around 21 days, something like that. But I think this sunshine should bring them on. I've also brought down from the propagator at home these squash. These are those little mini type pumpkin type ones, really, really bright yellow. I think they're called Sunburst. So they've come down. Again, they'll stay in a propagator. Even when I put them on into bigger pots, the pots will be in a tray like this with a propagator lid on until we know that there's going to be no frost. Really good germination rate on the basil. So they're down. And for the first time, the Blenheim orange melons. So that's really good news. So they stay down here. And that frees up, those free up the room for the tomatoes at home on the prop. And I've sown some both-sided beetroot. So what I'm going to do now is I'll try to get the outside of this greenhouse cleaned. I brought a bucket down and one of those extendable poles, so I'm going to crack on and do that. Then I'm just going to have a brew and just potter down here. I'm not going to do too much. Then I'll take you up home and show you how I'm going about trying to re-establish this hedge. Right, but before that, I've got plenty of water in the water butts, so let's get cleaning. So that's the greenhouse cleaned. It takes longer than what you think. Did the outside, I've done the in. I've not gone mad, you know, but it's certainly a lot lighter in here now. I've done the paving on the floor, so that's it down here. I think I'm just going to finish my tea. I'm going to nip up home and I'll just quickly show you what I'm doing to re-establish the hedge. Alright guys, I'll see you in a bit. Right, so I'm back home in the garden, and basically what I'm going to do is show you where I need to put this this hedge. We used to have a hedge that run all the way up here between me and my next door neighbour. He's since moved out, the daughter's moved in with the grandkids, so we've had a new fence put up and we want to try and green that back up to get all the birds and the wildlife back in. So I'll just show you what we've had to do and what we're going to do. So my garden's in 3 tiers. So that's the bottom. You come up those steps there, and then you come round and in through this archway and up these stairs here. And we used to have a hedge going all the way up there, and it was lovely. But due to the neglect of the hedge before, it took the old fence down, so we had to re-establish the new fence. We had to take it out. So what I've done, what I've started to do, is these posts are sandwiched between this brick wall here. So you've got these flags on this side and it's the same on the other side. So what I've done is I've taken up this panel, I've lifted the panel up, I've taken a flag out and I've filled that void there with soil. With the intention of putting a flag in there. And then what I'm going to do is do the exact same there. I'm going to take this end flag off, fill the void and create a planting pocket. And what I'm hoping to do is get something growing up and on to these trellises all the way to the top and greening it up. So as you can see, I'll have my work cut out. That's probably a couple of hours job, so I'm going to crack on with that and get that done. But it'll be great to see that all green back up again. The bottom fence there is all green. We've got a lilac on there and a montana, honeysuckle, so all those come back in and that's really well clothed. So I just want to do the same on this side. And we've got a pergola here, and I've got a rose on there that I've had it 3 years. I don't know if anybody can give me advice on this. I've had it 3 years. It's a rambling rose. It's never once flowered. It looks healthy enough, but it never flowers, and I just get sort of like little white fluffy stuff on it. Yeah, so if anybody can give me any clues on that, that'd be great. Anyway, I've waffled on enough. I'm going to crack on, see if I can get this job polished off, and get my feet up for the rest of the day. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you all have a terrific week. Thanks to the subscribers. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. and I'll see you all next week. Take care and happy growing.